Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boleyn Lounge and the Tuesday Talkshow. I'm Jeff, and tonight the under 21s are 2-0 up at half time, and I expect some of you, or quite a few of you, will be in there watching that. But thanks to all of you that are joining me in the live chat. Um, if you're watching this back, please do get involved in the comment section. Don't forget to give us a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do give us a sub. Doesn't cost anything, and give us a click to the notification bell. Now, I also want to say thanks to all of you who have been interacting and getting involved in my walk and talk videos. Really appreciate that. And I just want to give out a special mention to Leslie Barden. If you're in the chat, Leslie, or if you're watching this back, thanks for your interaction on the walk and talks, mate. For some reason, while I was away, I was trying to respond to you, but YouTube kept giving me an error message, so wouldn't let me post a message. So I just wanted to give you a particular mention before I went too far in the show tonight. So thanks a lot, buddy. Much appreciated. So on to Man City, and for those that saw my pre-match thoughts, I would have preferred 5 through the midfield over 5 at the back. But Nuno set the team up the way he set the team up, and we got, I think, what most of us would say was perhaps an unexpected point, bonus point, if you will. So well done to Nuno, and especially well done to the lads for a really gritty display. I have to say, I was concerned with the way that we started, and it felt like we didn't really touch the ball for about the first 15 minutes. And at that point, I was thinking, geez, we can't sustain this for the whole game. We're really going to be in trouble. Could be holding the 2 or 3-0 defeat that I kind of predicted. Thankfully, that didn't come true. But we held on for about half an hour before Silva scored with a bit of a freak goal. I mean, some people are giving him credit for it. Others are saying it's a cross. I think it's a cross personally, but let me know what you guys think in the chat. In fairness, though, despite dominating the ball, we did quite well, really, restricting them to nothing more than half chances, really, for most of the half. Well, that's the way I saw it anyway. And credit to the lads, they reacted really, really well. And within 5 minutes, we get what turned out to be our only corner of the game, which we score from. But I did think after we scored the goal, we finished the half quite strongly, actually. Pressed them a little bit, pushed on a little bit. Probably as attacking as we were in the whole game for any kind of sustained period anyway, without really creating very much, it has to be said. But we got our goal. We're going at half time 1-1, and I was pretty happy with that, I have to say. Second half, much the same from Man City. They continued to just dominate the ball, and we seemed to face an absolute barrage of corners, which, considering our weaknesses from set pieces earlier in the season, we defended them all pretty well. And I have to say, I've got really caught up in the moment during this game, so it's hard for me to look back with it with much clarity. It's all a little bit hazy. I was looking at the scoreboard clock, counting down the minutes, especially in that second half, and thinking, "Come on, lads, praying for us to hold on." But as far as I can remember, Matt's made a couple of good saves. But again, I think we mainly restricted them to half chances and some absolutely heroic defending to block shots and get in the way of everything, not least Mavropanos putting himself on the line, getting absolutely smashed in the face. But yeah, we defended like absolute demons. And what I'd say is I think Haaland missed one good chance I think that he probably should have scored from. I've got the... strangely, I can get Geo on my YouTube on my big screen, but I can't get the under 21s game, but I can get it on my phone. So yeah, that's weird. Bit sidetracked there for a moment. Yeah, so Haaland missed his good chance that I thought he should have scored. And Gay blazed over late in the game from the edge of the 6 yard box. I think he probably should have scored from there as well. Um, but we held on and we got ourselves a hard won point and potentially vital point. On the team performance, I'm really interested for you guys that are in the chat. Um, please get involved with this. But I've seen one or two reviews that have mentioned a couple of players might have been a little under par. Wan-Bissaka has been picked out as one that I've seen, and Pablo and Tati have come in. I wouldn't say for criticism, but perhaps saying it's not their greatest game. But I just think it's really tough against a side like City. They needed to win on Saturday to have any chance to stay in touch with Arsenal, and if they got any ambition on trying to win the league. And I think they really, really tried to win. I think we've done a really resolute, stout job, and I wouldn't criticise any of them in individuality. Really, I thought it was overall a magnificent team performance. And I'd agree there was a few standout performances, not least Mavropanos and Tadibo, who I thought were absolutely outstanding. An incredible display from them too. And Disassi was good, but I just think actually in this game he was overshadowed by those two. I thought they were incredible. But overall, I thought we had solid performances throughout the team. And I'm happy to discuss that with all of you. And hopefully there is a few of you in the chat to discuss that with. I've just come back into the stage here and I can see that Tony's backstage. So I'm going to bring him into the show now and then I'll come to your comments in the chat there. Evening, Tony. Sorry, leaving you backstage there. I was just working off my notes there briefly. How
No
are
worries, mate. Yeah, good. Yeah, sorry, I'm a bit late coming in and that, but I'm here anyway.
you joining me, mate? You can help me out. As I don't know if you heard much of that, but I did say I got so wrapped up in that game and the atmosphere and clock watching. Actually, it's a bit hazy, a lot of it. So I don't know how much you heard, but yeah, give us your thoughts on the game, and then I'll come to the chat.
Oh yeah, it was for me. It was just a solid team performance, wasn't it? At the end of
Yeah,
the day,
that's the way I saw it. Yeah,
everyone stepped up to the mark, to the plate, as they say, and everyone give their part. I mean, yeah, Mavropanos, hands down, he was man of the match. I mean, he was outstanding. What I liked about you mentioned Disasio. What I liked about him, he was just calm, collective, and just did a job, and that's all he had to do. He didn't have to do anything else, really.
Disassi has been so impressive for me, and he looks like he really cares about the football club. He, he sort of pumps his chest, doesn't he, and
Yeah, it's
celebrates
brilliant.
the clearance, and it's like he means. Boreham would have just scored, so that's a 2-1 early goal for them.
Mm.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, mate. Carry on, buddy.
Yeah, no, I mean everyone did their part. I mean, like even when you think of it, even in the middle of the park, that's where I think that most of the battle was won. And even what City brought forward. I mean, look at the De Silva goal. I don't think he actually, it
Oh,
went in as a goal. And if you looked at it, even he kind of like rolled his eyes and puffed his cheeks out as he say, "I was lucky with that."
I don't think he meant it.
No, he didn't mean that. You could tell. His body language just said, I got away with that one. But at the end of the day, great equaliser.
Yeah, I think Donnarumma sort of flapped at it a little bit, didn't he? Which we don't often see from him.
No.
Yeah, I think he usually does an awful lot better than that. But Mavropanos was there, and he nearly missed it. It went on off the underside of the bar.
Showboating, Jeff. They call that. That's showboating.
Let me just get to the chat because I'm quite pleased there's a few in because I know the under 21s are playing this evening. And actually, that comes to the first comment here. Togs is in. He says, or maybe he's not in. Maybe he's that was left at lunchtime. So maybe he's watching the under 21 final. But he's just saying a few of the regulars will be tuning into the under 21s on the West Ham site. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of doing that as well, watching that in the background.
Good evening, Brendan.
Oh, Leslie was in at 6 o'clock as well. I gave him a shout out at the top of the show. Thanks for tuning in, Leslie. If you're watching this back or live, thanks a lot for getting involved in the walk and talks. And he says, "Hi Jeff, my concern is we played better, but still in the bottom three. We need to get points in our favour. Level points does not help." Um, Overall, I think it was a pretty good weekend for West Ham this week. Like I say, I think we've ourselves picked up what most of us, at least, I think would be an
Excuse me.
unexpected and welcome point. Um, Leeds and Forest and all that drawing, not the worst thing. Forest drawing at home. I think people thought that they'd be really going for that, trying to get a win
Mm.
out of that game for them to draw. Leeds got a man sent off, got a draw. Perhaps the surprise result is Spurs getting a result up at Anfield. I watched that game. Did you watch the game, Tony?
Yeah, it was. I mean, typical of Liverpool. Which we've seen of late. Their defending has just been absolutely shocking. And when you look at, of all people, Richarlison just virtually had it was just a slotting job.
It was, but
If-
I did think Richarlison was overall in the game probably most impressive of the Spurs players. I didn't think Spurs were actually that good. I've watched some of
no,
the Spurs channels on the back of that, and they're quite buoyed about getting a result, and it's the turning point. And I thought Liverpool were awful. I don't know what the fuck Slot's thinking of playing Gakpo as a striker. Yeah, and leaving Ekitiki on the bench. It's like he's throwing the fucking game in it. I was
yeah,
I was pretty
I was
annoyed
quite
about that.
surprised at that. Yeah, I was.
Um, but yeah, I thought they were awful. I thought Spurs weren't that good. Um, got themselves a result, and interestingly, I don't know if you see the Tudor comments, and he was saying basically, yeah, there was no tactics for the game and no training. I just kind of put the 11 out there, and I'm thinking, I was a Spurs fan. I don't know whether I'd be encouraged by that or not, right?
Well, we've seen it before, mate. I mean, sorry, I'm just trying to find the game myself. When you look at the fact that when they got slapped 3-1, and he turned around and said, there was positives in the game,
Hmm.
and it's like, how can you have positives
Yeah,
when? Sorry, the 5-2 game. When I said, how can there be positives when your keeper's made 3 mistakes, you hook him off, you don't even acknowledge him, but you're saying there's positives. It's like uh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
bloke's
yeah.
on a different planet, that's for sure.
Harry's popped in the chat as well. He says, Lounge of the under 21s final is on fella kickoff 1900 hours. Woof. So, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them guys, if they're not in the chat, are watching that. And don't blame them. I'll say I've got it on my phone here and I'm sort of half watching it as well. But Toxie's said just before we went live that it's 2-0 up in the final. We've got Chris, the Millwall fans, popped in. Thanks for popping in, Chris. Good to see you, mate. It says Millwall fan behind enemy lines. Hi there.
Evening, Chris.
Nice one, buddy. Usual's popped in. Good evening,
Usual.
he says. Evening, Usual. Thanks for popping in, mate. Hope you're enjoying the final. Bit more edge of the seat stuff now. It's 2-1. Toxic saying Silver was owned up to it being a fluke, didn't he? Did he? I
think
wasn't aware of that.
he
So
kind of alluded to it, yeah. Like I
good.
said, just see the puffing out the cheeks, like, well, got away with that one,
Most of them claim it, don't they? They go, no,
Yeah,
I meant it.
yeah.
I gave him the eyes and all of that nonsense.
The classic cross shot, as they say.
Yeah. Terence is in. Evening, Terence. He says, good evening. Yep, outplayed for a while, but we grew in confidence. I think I would agree with that. I think it was a very confidence building result. I mean, we've not lost very many games recently. We've put in really good displays, in my view. Not everyone would agree. And going forward, I think it would be a confidence builder, and we're not really getting beat. Even a good side like City couldn't turn us
Mm,
over, and I think they had a go at us, right?
yeah.
What did you think of the five at the back or three at the back, however you see it, Tony? What's your views on that, mate?
It worked for that game, I'd say. When you look at it, it was quite controlled. They knew they had a plan, and they stuck to it, which was quite good. And you needed to see that because we knew that City would obviously kind of exploit certain areas. And yeah, they pummeled the dot. I think there was one point, they were so ahead of us stats wise. I think it was on -10 at one point. That's how bad we were. But this is a different City at the moment with that's going on. This is every opportunity they've had to kind of catch up with Arsenal. They're just falling by the wayside. And I mean, if you look at it, even the game they're playing at the moment, they're 3-0 down at the moment in that game against Real Madrid. Put it this way: would you have taken that 1-1 draw, considering how many times they've pumped us over the last couple of seasons?
Are you asking me, Tony? I'd have took.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I wouldn't have got on the train, mate. I'd have said, fine, I won't bother going. Don't play the game. I'll take it now. I know not
yeah.
everyone's outlook was like that. They they battered us. What I will say, I do think Haaland should have scored one of those chances. There was one in
Hmm.
particular I think he should have put away.
Yeah.
Great from the crowd singing "You're just a shit Andy Carroll" at him. That was. I don't know if you could hear that on the telly or not. But
No, I didn't hear this.
no, he was getting loads of that. You're just a shit Andy Carroll, which was quite
That's
funny,
superb.
And I thought Gay he should have scored. So we could have easily lost
Yeah.
the game 3-1, right? Um, but we didn't. I don't think we did. Overall, I don't think we did. We would have deserved to have lost the game 3-1 either.
Mm,
thought it was a really, really gritty team performance. It's a real band of brothers, isn't it? That team at the moment, they
yeah.
really want to
Yeah.
play and fight for each other.
I think there's a belief there, isn't there? That's the thing. I don't know. I'm just looking at sort of cool fun the game. I'm just quickly go over to the Man City game. It looks like there's a potential penalty review, and I'm assuming it's referee ain't got a clue where the screen is. He's walking all over the place. I'm assuming. I think it's against City by the looks of it. Uh, oh yeah, yeah,
Is it a penalty, Tony?
mate. He's put his elbow out like that. It's caught him right square on the. You can get me elbow in the shot somehow. He's caught him here. Oh, red card as well.
Oh, who sent off?
Silver of all people.
Oh. I don't want to miss out Doug's comment here because he's asking usual if he's well. I
Yeah,
really hope
absolutely.
everything's going fine for you, mate, and you're feeling well. If you're still in the chat usual, no need to hand over your slippers yet.
I think he's waiting for the Bloods to come back at the time. Even
Okay, good luck
Sharky as
with that,
well.
mate. Sharky's in. He says, "Hi, Jeff and everyone. Good result on Saturday. It was more than I expected." And yeah, absolutely. I think it was more than most of us expected.
What was your score prediction on that game, though, yourself, Jeff? What did you put yourself
Me,
down? Yeah,
in my preview, I said that I hoped to be wrong, but I thought we would probably lose 2 or 3-0, as we normally do. I was absolutely delighted to be proven wrong on that one, I can tell you. Dogs is saying the Villa result is huge. Cannot lose that one.
100%.
Tell you what, though, for a few weeks, I know Villa have dropped off a little bit over the last few weeks, but I've been saying, for anyone who's been tuning in, I've been kind of saying I fancy us to get a point at Villa. And I tell you what, the way we're playing and the way they're playing, maybe we could actually go there and get three. And rumours that Summerfield might be fit and make an appearance against Villa that I've seen today. So um, that would be a real boost to the team and really help us with our shape, I think, don't you?
Most definitely. Because 1 minute you was hearing it's going to be a long term thing. Then you heard he's only out for the City game, and he's going to be back because he's only supposed to be a slight knock. But even if he's starting on the bench, kind of thing, and that in itself is like having a 12th man because he's going to come on and he'll be lively in that game, and that's brilliant. What we want to want. Sitting there 4-0 down.
Oh well, that's them
Vinicius, yeah,
out,
Vinicius
isn't it?
Junior. Little girl, she's angry and crying at the same time. Yeah, 22 minutes in that game, and all of a sudden, yeah, on aggregate 4-0 down. Donnarumma completely went the wrong way. Yeah,
Usual saying Chelsea are a goal down already as well.
yeah.
And he's laughing about that. And I'm sure there was someone in here last week scolding people for laughing at other people's misfortune. So you're out of order, usual. Like he's saying, the under 21s are playing very well. I just watched them there. Boreham Wood had a couple of chances in the 18-yard box. Herrick made a save, and one of the defenders made a really good block. So pretty resolute defending from them a few minutes ago. Have you got that
Brilliant.
game on, Tony?
I tried to find it. I couldn't find. Oh, Holland just missed one. He gone straight at the keeper. No, I've got to try and find that again. Courtois, he's just pumped it right against him. This ain't a bad game actually. What I'm seeing of it, but Madrid's coming forward again. Vinicius. Oh my days! He beat all the players and skied it in the rose head.
Yeah. It's weird, this YouTube. I've got my box here that I've run YouTube through from a big screen, and I couldn't find it on there. I was searching, I could not find it. I went to West Ham. There's all the other live games, but not this one. But Geo's watch along comes up on it.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah. There's another channel that's doing it as well.
But I can't click the link on my remote for that. So I went on my phone and I clicked the link in Geo's chat, and I can get it on my phone. So yeah, I don't know why it's so bloody difficult to navigate. To be honest with you,
I think it's bloody West Ham, isn't it, mate? Because it'll be funny. We've seen that. We saw because when you've been thinking before, you can't. What should we call it? You can't chat now, can you? You can't really talk
no,
anymore.
they've switched it off. Yeah, which is probably why they're all in Geo's watch along, so they can have a chat amongst themselves as well. This is a good comment, I think, from Togs, and pretty accurate. He says other fan channels always have to find someone, something to dump all over. Same channels that have freaked on Mav for 2 years. Yeah, and some of these people who have been really, really critical of Mavropanos have now claiming that they've always think he's been a good player and absolutely love him. So it's funny how it turns around, isn't it?
True, mate. True. I mean, what was quite interesting, how we're doing, Sharky. I see a clip, Arteta talking about Mavropanos, and he was saying he left just before Arteta reached there. But he's always said Mavropanos was injured. I think he was injured at the time when he came to Arsenal. But thought he was a really, always been a good player. So it's good to see him doing what he's doing. And that's nice to hear that, because at the end of the day, he didn't have to say anything like that.
No, he didn't. He's not obliged to, is he?
No, not at all.
He won't be saying that if he gets up and scores a corner against them, will he? Sharky's saying all right to you, buddy.
Yeah, good, mate. I'm all good. I hope you are as well, Sharky.
And Togs is saying good evening to the pair of us. So evening, Brendan. Thanks for popping in, mate. Sharky's saying I was happy with the result. He's talking to Toya. I don't get the criticism either. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I've seen a few reviews. I'm a consumer of other channels, much as everyone else is as well. I tune in. I enjoy watching everyone's perspective on it. But I have listened to some of them sort of, oh, this one, and he didn't have such a good game. And like I say, I just think overall, there was a couple of what I would say absolute shining lights. Happens to be our centre halves, because in a game like that, where we were dominated and Mavs scored a goal and put himself on the line, getting that.
Yeah.
And have you seen the thing going around with the statue with the ball going into his face? Absolutely brilliant, isn't it? But yeah, getting back onto the point, I just think it was such a good team performance. Everyone did their jobs, and sometimes in games like that, not everyone can shine. Pablo and Tati, they did their bits at the front. We just didn't create very much. We didn't get very many opportunities. And when we did get the breakaways and one thing or another, it's probably not where they're going to be able to get the best out of it. When you've got Bowen or Traore like steaming away with a long
Mm,
breakaway, I think they've done a lot better as we've built up and played some football around. And Pablo does really well holding the ball up,
yeah,
holding players off, bringing other players in to play. Well, when you're on a quick breakaway, I think it perhaps doesn't suit him too much, but it doesn't diminish what he contributed in that game for me.
no,
His
no.
work rate was there as always.
I think that was a good thing about it, as you said. I mean, we timed it when we wanted to find a break, but we wasn't stupid with it. You think previous games we've had against City, we've left so many, gaping holes for them to exploit. Looking at the game, we was much more compact in what we was doing, and we just looked for that moment when we could get away, and also when we did do that, we tried to get something out of it. But as you said, it was resolute. I mean, funny, going back to what Brendan's saying there with the Mavropanos. I mean, when you look at, I did the watch along for it, and we made the comment. I said, like, you think he's been Mavrapony,
Yeah,
Mavrodonkey. What do we
yeah.
call him there? There's a few comments in there, and I think we ended up with Mavrafabulous kind of thing, like.
Fabulous. I mean, I did coin him as Mistakeapanos myself at one point. But in fairness, I mean, at that time, he felt like he was making a mistake almost every game. Now
Yeah,
that he seems a completely different player now. Whether that's down to Nuno coming in and getting the best out of him, maybe having Disassi alongside it, whatever it is, um, he seems much, much more assured,
mm.
and the mistakes have gone out of his game.
I like to think
And I
it's him
think the other
as
thing
well.
was mistakes often led to goals as well. It wasn't a oh, there's a mistake. It was a mistake and it cost a goal. So
Yeah, yeah. There was times it was that, but I think he's also. I think he must have realised he's got to do something himself, and I think having the partnership with, even with Tadibo, and obviously now this RC coming in as well, uh, that elevates it, doesn't it? At the end of the day, because if someone's showing, when you look at someone like Disarcy and that, if he's exuding that kind of confidence about himself, it rubs off, and you're seeing that with him. And I mean, even to Debo, when you think since he's come back, to Debo hasn't been too bad at all. I mean,
no,
someone
not
made a
at all.
share. Someone made a share. I think we on the it was either Sunday or whatever, and it was a case of playing to Debo. If we was going to play, for instance, a back three again, having to Debo instead of Magassa in that CDM role. I mean, what did you make of that? What did you think of that?
Um, I think I've seen people say that he has played there previously in
Been a
his
midfielder.
career,
He was a
or
midfielder in his early
he's
days.
capable of. Um, I think he could probably do that role. I don't see why not. He's so good on the ball, isn't he?
Mm,
He's so assured. He's so comfortable in possession. Um, he tackles really well, and he doesn't dive in. He seems to stand up and win the ball.
yeah,
He's very clever how he does that. Oh, they've just hit the bar, and yeah, he retains possession really well. So I think he could do that role. But here's the thing: um, if you've got Mavropanos and Disassi, and we're not going to play a three at the back, if we got them all on the pitch and one of them gets an injury, where does that leave us? Starts leaving us. We're so thin, our squad.
mm,
And interestingly, when you were talking about Tadibo, I mean, it was him and Disassi, wasn't it? And he was keeping Mavropanos on the bench.
yes,
And then
yeah,
he got sent off at Chelsea. And Mavropanos has come in, and now Mavropanos is keeping him on the bench. And from a West Ham perspective, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant to have, like, when we look at the pair of them that weren't covering themselves in glories at different times, or
yeah,
even sometimes at the same time in the season, to now have what we would consider really reliable centre backs, potentially, if we're playing forward at the back, keeping each other out of the side. I mean, what a healthy place for us to be in.
mm.
It's all good for West Ham, I would say. Are you an advocate of Tadibo as a CDM or in the midfield?
I think it would be a bad shout because at least you know he would hold. That's one thing, He knows when he knows when to go forward and he knows when to actually kind of stay in a position. So having him in front of them three, it should work in respects because they've got an understanding already about each other.
And he
So
does
it's a,
like to get forward as well, doesn't
yeah,
he?
yeah, it's a win-win in that respect. It's one of those. And if, say, for instance, he pushes up and Suchek defends, it's a win-win because at least that way that's covered. He could do that, or vice versa. They can both take turns if they wanted to.
A bit
So I
all.
think it's quite it's a good thing to have in that respect, as you said.
I wouldn't, if Nuno lined up like that, I wouldn't have my head in my hands going, oh, what's he thinking of? What's he doing? I mean, I might be half interested to see it, but my reservation would be
Injuries, yeah.
we've got them all on the pitch,
It's all
and
these games, isn't
something
it? It's all these.
happens.
Yeah, I get that.
Then we've got like losing our backup. We're going to have to introduce Kilman. Who I don't think, and Mick said it previously, I don't think he's as bad a player as he's showing. I just think his confidence is absolutely shot. That said,
Mm,
I don't think he's ever shown that he's on the levels where these boys are at right now, not for West Ham anyway. Or we're going to have to stick in a Myers or someone like that, which is like a bit of a baptism of fire, isn't it? So,
yeah,
I mean, I think
yeah.
the young lad's done well, but sticking him in at centre back against the likes of a Haaland, for example, I know we've seen them off now, but
Mm,
Premier League strikers, tough ask for a young lad, I think, in the Premier League, play centre half.
true. Good education, but at the same point, yeah. I mean, because I suppose.
Good education if you're mid-table.
But it's one of those, isn't it? We're in that position where we haven't got that luxury of, looking on. I think we said it on the game when you looked at what they were bringing on the pitch in Doku, Foden, and all this kind of stuff, and we
Yeah,
look at what we've got. It's a case of it's Magassa, it's either Myers or it's going to be Skulls. It's one of those. That's where we are, and we have to go with that. I think going back to the Kilman situation, if coming in relatively, if coming with big, been bought in with big money, 40 odd £1 million, you pay for this fella.
yeah.
He was captain for Nuno at Wolves. That's what Nuno made him, etc. But
Ooh.
the one thing he hasn't done since he's been dropped, it doesn't seem like he's fighting to get back in that spot. If competition is healthy, yeah, listen, we can all agree on that. Competition
Yeah,
is very healthy, but if he's not giving that, then we understand the confidence, and this is where you got to hope the coaching team are kind of like having words with him and getting trying to
building
understand
him
where.
up again.
Yeah, but it
Because if
also
we
comes
look
down
at
to the individual.
Hermanson,
Yeah,
he looked like on the floor. His confidence was shot. I think lots of fans were going, like, just get him out. Don't want to see him
mm,
because he was shipping goals and he was making mistakes.
yeah,
And I think it affected his confidence. But clearly they've restored that confidence. And I mean, one of the things I'm saying that I really like about Hermanson, like the ball sticks a bit more than it does with Areola, doesn't it? He catches it more.
yeah. You are
And
seeing
that
it,
takes the sting out of things, doesn't it?
Well, it works as long as he's doing that. Then all of a sudden, like the defense, then work a bit better because they can rely on someone behind them that's going to actually trying to pick up the ball. Not being funny. Good to see him. His kicks are not bad either, and his throw outs. They've got quite a length on them when he throws them out as well. So
Not only
that's
that,
great.
he releases the ball quickly, doesn't he?
Mm,
He doesn't stand there surveying everything. And if he sees opportunity, he releases it quickly, and I like that. It gets us going on the front foot at times.
yeah, and that's what you want. And it was a case of like, well, has Ariola actually done anything wrong to be dropped as quickly as that, and then
Hmm.
put Hermanson in? But to be fair, as you said, he's held his own. So in certain respects, you've got to say, okay, he deserves the regular first team football at the moment.
No, I would agree. I kind of said in my preview, Tony, like with regard to Areola and Hermanson, I think they've both got their attributes and their strengths and their weaknesses. I'm not that hung up about the goal. If he decides for whatever reason he wants to play Areola or Hermanson, I'm kind of comfortable with either or.
Hmm.
Um, I do think Areola probably is a slightly better shot stopper. I do think Areola likes to pull off a few camera saves though and make some look a little
Excuse
bit
me.
better than they actually are,
Yeah.
which makes us think what a great save he's made at times. But maybe I'm being unfair on him, perhaps. But like I say, what I do like, a big plus for me is I think Hermanson gathers it a lot better than
Mm,
Areola. It comes to him, he catches it. He
yeah.
gathered a couple that I think Areola would have pushed around the post on Saturday, and they stuck, and he gathered them in.
Mm.
And we didn't have another corner to face. Not, I mean, Jesus, we had enough of them to face as it was.
Yeah. It was good. It was good stats though when you look at it when it flashed up. I think it was like at the time. I think it was 12 corners from City, one with us, and one goal. So when you look at it, that kind of said where we were at that point. I still say though, like looking back at the Liverpool game, I think for me, Areola should have started that game rather than Hermanson because obviously Areola knows how to play against them.
Of
But other
City,
than
you're on about
no, the Liverpool game when we played Liverpool, when we got when
Liverpool.
we got
Okay, yeah.
told, yeah, I think he should have started in that game. I think it was more fitting for him at that point, but that's by the by now anyway. But look, the question we've got to look at like this for the future is Areola going to be here next year, or are we going to get
I'm not
another
sure.
keeper in? I don't think he will be myself. And he's done all right. He's done okay.
Look, that's if we just say hypothetically, Areola leaves at the end of the season, moves on. If we look back at his time at West Ham United, I don't think we can say anything other than he's been a good servant for us, right? And he's
Mm,
done a good job in his time here. So I've got no malice towards him whatsoever. And like I say, I think in lots of ways there's not a lot between them. Uh, Interesting comment from Terence here. I'd like to see what you think about this. He says, let's hope we can turn over Arsenal and keep Man City in the hunt. Purely personal reasons for him. What's your views? I know I've got a view on that. I think I voiced it last week. What's your views on that?
well, of course, it's a family thing for Terence, isn't it?
Yeah,
And big up to Aaron as well, by the way. But yes, I mean, hopefully, you never know. Arsenal might feel a bit generous and consider if it helps get the Spuds down, then why not help us out? We know full well, and I think if you speak to some of the Arsenal fans, that over the last couple of games, there's no way Arsenal have looked as good as they have been. I mean, like they were lucky. If you look at the Everton game, I don't know what the hell Pickford was doing for that last minute when he just came out to go close that, get that ball. He didn't need to. If he stayed
yeah,
on the line, that's a save straight away, and the game would have been over. A draw was the thing. It's only what Pickford did that kind of helped Arsenal win
yeah.
that
They
game.
scored very late, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's only because of him. And then he commits himself to go up the other end of the pitch to try and think himself, I'm going to save some face here for what I've did back up there. And of course, leaves it wide open. And all credit to Max Dowman. The youngster scores the second goal from him there. And of
Yeah,
course, it, for Arsenal and Arteta, typical of them, it deflects how shite they were because it's all about Max at that point. Didn't have to matter. No one's looking back at the game. That there's only a few people that have said, "Yeah, but let's detract from that. It's great that the kids scored, but the last couple of games we've not been looking good." So, in certain respects, from our point of view, possibly as Terence is saying there's a chance we could do something.
my view on it is actually, and I get for his personal reasons. I don't care about Arsenal anymore. All the oh, if they choke, and wouldn't it be great as long as we stay up and Arsenal choke and Tottenham go down. I, I've I've shifted my position on that a little bit now, and I actually don't care about Arsenal winning the league. I care more about us, our survival, than Arsenal not winning the league. And it would suit us, I think, if the league was done by the time they play us. And hopefully we'll be able to turn them over because they'll be a bit more relaxed, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're professional footballers and all the rest of it.
Excuse me.
I don't I don't think they'd roll over for us, but I think a lot of their fans wouldn't mind too much if they weren't at 100 miles an hour against us. And I'm just sort of praying that that's a bit of the case, that they're a bit more relaxed, and maybe we can nip something off of them and contribute towards us staying up, and ideally Spurs going down. But do you know what? I'm not even that hung up about Spurs going down. It's, as far as I'm concerned, anyone but us.
Mm.
And if it
Yep.
happens to be
Yep.
Spurs, fantastic, right? But uh, if it's us or Forest, let it be Forest. No disrespect to Yeti. I'm sure he's not tuning in, but he'd be spitting feathers now if he hears me say that. Dogs is saying Boreham Wood got one back. Yeah, so 10 minutes left here now, so still 2-1. And Terence is saying good evening to you.
Good evening, mate.
Shark is saying Mav was brilliant. He was just absolutely fantastic, I thought, in that game. And I think he's been really good recently.
Mm.
Make West Ham great says, I don't
Easy.
think Spurs will get relegated with players back. Would them beating the Forest be the best result? Now, there's another interesting conundrum. What's your views on the weekend's game with Forest and Spurs?
Well, the interesting thing there, I mean, make West Ham great again is I think he's got quite a good point there. There is some players coming back for Spurs,
Yeah,
and when you think about it, them getting the point out of Liverpool, you could see the euphoria it caused for them just by getting that 1 point.
yeah.
The fortunate thing is they're coming up to a Forest side that have not exactly started to score a goal. They've actually stopped scoring goals. This is the problem with Forest.
Yeah.
They've not been looking good at all at the moment, and I know Yeti has been spitting feathers over this because he's actually kind of he did message me and say, like, you know, it's yours. You'll be through. You'll be fine. He's kind of, I think he's kind of started to resign himself that it is a possibility that it could be Forest that will end up in that bottom three, and it will be them going down. And it'd be typical of Spurs just to kind of get themselves out of it, having all this kind of media and everyone speculating that they could go down with £1 billion stadium in the Championship. It could still happen. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
the morale is quite low in that, and ironically, it seems that they're still going to stick with Tudor for the the Europe game as well as the weekend game. But they're saying it every single week now. He's still going to be here for the moment. He's still going to be here for the moment, and he's still there. But we know full well the players are down tools on him. That in itself, if some of these players coming back, are they going to buy into him? Because if the players are not doing now, the injured players, are they going to be the saviour to turn Spurs' fortunes around? I'm not too sure.
And they're
But
going to be fit,
Forest,
but not match fit, aren't they? That's the thing,
yeah,
It's very
but
different coming back. Some of them have been out quite a while as well.
but you've got to wonder what Tudor does in training, because
Oh,
if he's not kind of getting the
seems to have
message across,
alienated them all, doesn't he?
oh yeah, you can understand why he's been sacked from the last 10 clubs, and it seems to be that he has a very short period of time at any club anyway, 3 to 6 months if you're lucky, and he's gone. Maybe that's going to be for Spurs case. I think for us, Jeff, it's down to us now. We've got the ball rolling, the momentum's there, the euphoria, the confidence, the mentality everything's ticking the boxes to say that we've got every single good chance of getting out of this, which we would never have said a couple of months back.
For sure.
Never would have said that. And not being funny, we probably wouldn't have said that about Spurs and Forest. But
No,
now
well, you
you
wouldn't
can,
have thought
you know,
Spurs were going to get dropped. You looked, you thought, oh, they could get dragged in, but you thought they're going to have enough. They'll pull away, but they're just dropping like a stone.
no,
What do you
exactly.
actually think would be the best result for us from that game?
I think more than anything else, now, unfortunately to say it, and also like like you and that, I'm going to disappear for the moment when I say it. Forest being beat because they're in certain respects. If you look at it with our goal difference, they're probably be the best ones to kind of to swap places. And
Yeah,
we did swap places over the weekend until obviously their draw. But other than that, we've got more of the chance of getting through this, and I think it will be Spurs beating Forest. A draw for the two of them. Is it good enough? Probably not.
it's not good enough for either of those teams, is it?
No,
In their position.
no.
I mean, I think it's a bit of a win-win-win for West Ham in some ways. Draw's not the worst result for us. If one or the other win, what it means is the other one's got pegged back and lost those points. Um, and I've heard people say, "Oh, it's not in our hands," and while we're in the bottom three, it's not in our hands. And I think actually the fact that these are playing each other puts it still in our hands. If everyone they can't win all their games, right?
Hmm.
One of them's going to have to drop points here one way
Yeah,
or another.
yeah.
So if we win all of our games, I'm not suggesting that we're going to go and win all of our games from now to the end of the season, but I'm just um, putting it out there that it's in our hands because if we win our games, someone's got to drop points there,
Yeah.
and then we stay up, right?
I think that's a bit. This is the thing. I mean, what's the table look at the moment? Just
Whereas if we were like everyone does their bits, we can't catch them. But someone's going to have to drop points, and I know that we're going to drop points as well. By the way,
Yeah.
but I don't think any results dreadful for us this
No.
weekend in their match. As long as we do what we've got to do.
I think there's a key thing, isn't it? Is that, and not being funny. I mean, even still, when you think about it, 15th. I mean, Palace are comfortable whichever way you look at it. But if you look at the fact of Leeds in 15th,
Oh, Leeds can
32.
get dragged in.
Yeah, they can still be dragged into it as well. And I think Spurs and Forest have got a bit more of a harder run in than what we have.
Yeah, well, they've got to go to Chelsea. They never get anything there. But then again, they never get. Fucking hell. Eric's just made a great save there.
Mm.
Yeah, they've got to go to Chelsea. They never get anything, but then they never get anything at Anfield and got themselves a draw. So I don't know. Colin Chilvers is in. He says, "Good evening, Jeff and
Evening,
Tony.
Colin.
Sorry I'm late. Had to do some unexpected caring duties." Well, thanks for joining us, Colin. Really appreciated, and I hope everything's all right with the fella that you care for there, mate.
Absolutely.
And usual saying, Chelsea are getting pumped. They're 2 down after 14 minutes.
Yeah, that's after the referee of the team talk. That is. Did you see that, Jeff? The huddle.
Oh, yeah. What was that all about?
Well, we talked about it on Sunday, but apparently Liam Rossini was, and what a load of old blarney. And I can understand why the Chelsea board are now thinking he's probably not the right man in charge. Respect for the ball.
Yeah, what was that all about? It's just weird, isn't it?
Maybe maybe it's a new thing at Chelsea. You got a priest there, he floats holy water on it and pray to the scoring gods that we're going to win a game. I don't know. Is it one of those? It just seems.
I don't know if this is a good thing or not, Tony, but Chris has given us a vote of confidence here. He says, and we're playing much better than the other three down there, and you should be fine if you keep it up.
No, I appreciate that, Chris.
Yeah, nice one, Chris. If we stay up, I hope you come up. Cause,
I was going to say the same thing. I just want to ask him that question.
Well, it'd be one place that we won't. One place in the relegation spot taken care of, wouldn't it? And if we're going to go down, I hope you stay down, Chris, because we might as well have a derby game out of it, ain't we? But they're in with a shout, Millwall, aren't they?
Yeah, there, yeah.
They're third place, a couple of points off.
Have a quick
Yeah,
look
who
there.
knows? Who knows?
Championship. They're
They're in with
fourth,
a shout
fourth,
for sure. Fourth,
fourth.
okay.
Ipswich, yeah, Ipswich. Well, the goal difference is superior to Millwall's. I mean, they're both on 68 points, but goal difference 28 to Ipswich and 9 to Millwall. So you can, that's the reason why.
But listen, they've however many games left in the championship, and Millwall have got something to play for other than relegation. So they must be thoroughly enjoying their. All jokes aside, they must be thoroughly enjoying their season this year.
Mm. And Ipswich got
Usual
a game in
saying,
hand as well.
usual saying is so. Thanks. Hope you're well, my friend. To Togswell. Hope things are good for you. Usual. Hope you get your blood results back and are feeling chipper soon, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Colin's just saying good evening to everyone and nice to join us. And the guys are saying good evening to Colin, and Shark is saying all the best to usual.
Mm.
Togs is saying so
Yeah,
usual is not what I want to hear. Hope things pick up. I absolutely echo that sentiment. I'm sure you do, Tony.
yeah,
I hope things
absolutely.
pick up for you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, Togs has come here with this comment, and I absolutely 100% agree with this. Actually, he says Wolves will not be an easy game. They are playing well and already beat us up twice this
Yeah,
season. It's very
yeah,
true, but they're a different animal at the moment, aren't they? And they got a 2-2 draw at Brentford last night. Yeah, last night
yeah. 2-0
after
down.
after
Two
being
nil
two
down.
nil down,
Yeah,
they're showing some real fight, and they're playing all right. So I do actually worry that Wolves might be a game that we slip up. It's a dangerous. It's one of those ones that I think people already want to count the 3 points. Oh, we beat Wolves at home and all of that, and I'm on the same page as Togs there, and I think it might not be quite as straightforward as we think.
no, they got a free, haven't they? A free hit, shall I say? You know, they know they're more likely going to be going down, and
I don't think more likely. I think they're down. I think them
yeah,
and
you know,
Burnley are down.
well, look, he's come in, you know, and
Oh
he's not.
no! Oh
Yeah, I've just seen
no!
it.
God, boys hit a shot and it's at Herrick and it's just trying to slip through him, gone through his legs and
Yeah,
dribbled into the fucking net. 92nd minute as well.
yeah.
Oh, it's tough. I'm going to watch
Just
the
look to the
replay here.
replay. Yeah, same here.
Have you got it
Yeah,
on?
I've got it
Yeah.
on there.
Oh, it's from outside the box
Oh,
as
yeah, look, it's gone right
well.
through.
Oh,
God,
it's
dear
gone right
me.
through him.
See it from a different angle in here.
Yeah. Oh
Ah.
no, that's horrible for the young keeper. Well, it's extra time then. Shame for the young lad.
Oh mate, no, I say Robert Woods has come into them and he's done an exceptional job with them. I think the one thing he's mentioned, he's trying to set his stall out early. He's asked the board to start looking. You know, is he going to get money and buying players ready for the championship era? And fair play to him. He's got every chance of coming back up if they carry on like they're doing with him.
If they carry on playing the way they are, they're going to be a strong side in the
Mm,
championship, aren't they?
yeah,
I don't think there's any question about that. Make West Ham great, saying Mavropanos has cut out the errors and stepped up a level.
definitely has.
Can't there's you just can't argue with that statement, can you?
No.
He absolutely has.
Mm,
Colin saying, gents, we have to get something at Villa, but to tell you the truth, I am more worried about the Wolves and Everton games. We need to get wins from both games. I have a feeling they are going to be hard. Absolutely right.
yeah.
Just talking about the Wolves game, but Everton also very good away from home. Tough to beat.
Hmm.
They're a proper Moyes team, aren't they? And I agree, it's going to be a tough game. But we look at them as winnable, right?
We just got to hope
not
that Pickford do the same thing he did like in the Arsenal game, Jeff. That's what we're hoping for. Then it's guaranteed. It's free.
Yeah. Please come and chuck one in, Jordan.
Yeah.
Mate, West Ham's great saying, give the stream a like. Thanks, buddy. Promoting the
brilliant.
channel. I'm dreadful
Absolutely.
at doing stuff like that. I did say at the start of the stream, but I'm awful for asking for subs and likes and stuff like that. And hello to each other there. Tox is saying, Mav was playing better before Disasi. Him and JCT were doing well. Yeah, no, it is true that a bit of a partnership. Sharky saying that was very close, almost 2-2. I'm guessing that was when there was a block shot and then Herrick made a save a little while ago.
Yeah, that one.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to extra time there.
Dogs is asking, what if Kilman comes back in Mav's form? Oh, comes back in Mav's form. Could it happen? He must not be there yet, otherwise he'd be getting on. Yeah, perhaps echoing a little bit for what we were saying earlier, or certainly what I was saying. I'm not sure Kilman is as bad as he's shown us. And I do think his confidence has been undermined. But I tell you what, I don't think I've seen him, even when he played all right for us, which he hasn't always been as bad as he was, Kilman. I don't think I've ever seen him at the levels where Disasi, Mavropanos, and Tadibo are at the moment. They've been incredible. Mate West Ham Great says Kilman is a lost cause, so he doesn't have any faith in that at all. Sharky says, did you see KSI has bought a stake in Dagenham and Redbridge? The kid must have more
50 quid there. More than 50 quid.
Well, I hadn't seen that. I didn't know about it. Did you know anything about that, Tony?
Yeah, I did, mate. I see it coming that, he actually apparently saying he bought Dagenham and Redbridge, and it's like the YouTube influence has done this, and it's like, okay, that's interesting, We see mostly Hollywood stars buying stakes in Premier League.
I don't think he's going to turn him into a Wrexham, is he?
No, that's for sure. that is for sure. But depends how much his passion's in Dagenham and Redbridge, really, because
I suppose
if he's going to turn it around for them, that's what they need. I mean, like, unfortunately, they have been a yo-yo club up and down and that. But it's a good setup over there. It has been a good setup, and
that was a good finish.
Let's see what he brings in if he does do it.
Shark is saying Kilman will likely move on this summer. It's quite possible. The only problem for West Ham is with that is not necessarily Kilman leaving being so much of a problem as what the fee that we achieve for him is going to be a problem for West Ham, because it's going to be another big loss that we make on a player, isn't it? I don't think there's any. We're not getting anywhere near 40 million for him, are we?
No, 30, 35 if we're lucky.
God, I tell you what, I fucking whoever pays 30, 35 for him, I'll get the car keys out now, fire the motor up. I don't think we're going to get that. And Mandy's in. Good evening, Mandy. She says, Kilman will be used to raise funds for Disasi, so to JWP and Alvarez. I tell you what, if the noise is that Disasi wants to stay, have got any truth in them, we should move heaven and earth to get him at the football club. My only worry about Disasi is the more the weeks go by with the performances that he's putting in for us, I think his fee's going up every bloody week, which is great for him putting in those performances, but not great for us trying to sign him, I guess.
Look at it the other way, though, Jeff. You've got to think Chelsea's got a lot of players on the books.
Yeah.
and obviously PSR's going. You've got the new thing coming in. They have to balance it out somehow, and maybe that's we do get him on the cheap because it's a quick sell. It's a player's. I mean, I don't know what his wage is or was at Chelsea.
No, me either.
So when you look at something like that, if it takes that off the books, then it's hopefully for us it's a
It's
win-win.
straight, no extra time, it's straight to penalties.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Has there been any penalties, Tony? Is this the first one?
I think so. I think it's the first one, mate.
Usual saying the Arsenal's one up. Eze scored. Sharky's saying hi to make West Ham great. And that's pretty quick from Togs. Says easy like a Sunday morning usual.
Brilliant.
Or Eze like a Sunday morning. Mandy's saying, hey, usual, I bet 9-2 Real tonight. I don't know if that's 9-2 or that they're going to win 9-2. I'm guessing it's 9-2.
Yeah, 9-2.
Oh no, I thought I was seeing things when I saw that price with Mbappe on the bench. Okay, yeah, so 9-2. That's pretty good. Are they 1-0 or 2-0 up? Tony, did you say?
I think it was 1-0 up at the time.
Sharky's in there as well. He's a good. Very good.
Chelsea 2-0 down, so it's 7-2 at the moment against PSG.
I don't know if you've read that comment. It's fucking brilliant. Tug says, I was out earlier watching the tractors drive through the village and trailers full of sheep. Rain held off for 20 minutes. This is the true legacy of St. Patrick. Happy Paddy's Day, Togs.
Absolutely. That's a good pen. From Boleyn there.
Terence says, sorry, but I don't like it when people say he has a lack of confidence. If you halve their wages, they would soon buck up. All right,
Good
fair
shout.
comment.
Good shout, yeah.
What I would say is, though, and I know all these footballers, especially top flight footballers, are rewarded more than outrageously. Let's be fair. It's incredible the wages that they pick up, but they are human beings.
Mm-hmm.
They do suffer fatigue. They do have emotions. They're not robots, so they are rewarded, like I say, with ridiculous amounts of money. But they are subject to normal human behaviour things as well.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if that's much of a defence, but I think it's a reality. Shark is saying one of the keepers has to be sold. I think Areola probably goes, doesn't he? Because they're going to want to get the wage bill off the books.
Yeah.
And Hermansen's a better age as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing as well, isn't it? Is that?
Oh, usual same. Great price to Mandy, although Haaland has just equalised.
Yeah, it's 1-1 in that game, half time.
1-1 at half time. So Mandy needs Real to come out and sweep the floor with them second half for her to get a payout.
Keep them in the right way there, lucky enough.
And Togs is saying that Abdul Malik is very lively for Boreham Wood. I must admit, I've kind of got it on. I don't even know what the score is here because there's no little balls in the corner or anything.
It's 3-2 to us at the moment.
That just put us 3-2 up, did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just watch it. This is great viewing. I just watched this penalty.
This is the one who got the equaliser, isn't it? Cool, too easy.
Usual saying, yet he was going off alarming about Forest recently, saying they were awful.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, they've been creating lots of chances, haven't they? They've been taking on lots of shots, but they just can't score
Mm.
goals. I mean, I
No.
think I heard a stat they took, I don't know how many games it is now, but they took about 94 shots or something, and they've, just scored a couple of goals
Yeah.
out of it. Sharky's saying 11 more points should keep us safe. I was thinking about this when I was walking the dog today. Actually, I'll tell you what, I was listening to one of James' video, E20. So I'm
Hmm.
sure everyone here tunes in, if not regularly, occasionally, to James over at E20. Shout out to you, James. And he had a guy on with him, Brad, I think. It's a video from a day or two ago. And I was listening to it, and I think one of them said, 14 points should see us safe. I thought, fuck me. 14 points will probably see us in about 15th, I should think. Right? That'll give us like 43 points. I don't think we
Mm.
need as many as that. I think 10 or 11 points is probably about right. And I think I was thinking as well. I'm thinking, well, you got fancy. We've got in 4 wins and a couple of draws. He said. I think we need 4 wins and a couple of draws. I thought, fucking hell, that's 14 points. I don't think we need as many as that. I think we need 3 wins and a couple of draws, like 11 points. Who knows this weekend? Tough game,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying I'm going in there with expectations of us getting a win or a point, but I feel like we've got a really good chance to get something out of this
Definitely.
game, at least
Definitely.
a point. Um, Wolves, we're just talking about. I worry that that's going to be a bit of a banana skin, but I feel like we shouldn't lose to Wolves. So there's at least a point. Everton, I think, is going to be another difficult game, but I
Mm.
still think we shouldn't lose to them.
No.
Then we got to go somewhere like Brentford and
Yeah. Got
win.
them
I think
again.
we can
Yeah.
do that.
Hmm.
I'm not saying we will, but I think it's not beyond the realms of possibility. I think we could definitely win at Palace. And I think if it comes down to it, Leeds, last game of the season, I think we can beat them. So I honestly do believe we can pick up the points that we need to stay up. I don't know what your views are, and guys
I
in the
said.
chat, put your comments in. But I really think we can do it.
I said 12 points myself. The way I looked at some of the games, I thought 12 we should be able to pick up 12 points. And hopefully that's enough to get us out of it. You don't look better, the keeper.
Yeah, apart from that awful mistake for him.
Yeah,
That's so late in the game as well. I mean, you got to feel for the lad. But I also I saw he made a couple of really good saves earlier in the game as well. Oh, fucking hell, that was close. Just snuck in.
that's twice we've done that now.
And usual's just saying good evening to Sharky and saying he hopes he's well. Sharky says he's not too bad. And that Millwall could go up. And they absolutely could, couldn't they?
Mm,
Usual saying thanks to
more,
everyone.
more,
And
more
yeah,
than that.
listen, I hope you're feeling much better soon, buddy. I know we've said that before, but genuinely
Absolutely.
thinking of you, mate.
Well, Jeff, for obviously most of the guys that's here normally on your channel as well, we're talking about kind of meeting up come the end of the season
Oh, yeah.
and looking after usual and that probably go down to Chislehurst. So you're more than welcome to come up that way as well, mate.
Yeah, if I
We
can get up,
when we
I'll
arrange that
do
day.
that.
When we arrange that day, I'll let you know what the year will be.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
know. If I
Chris.
can make it, I will.
Nice, mate.
Chris is saying, yeah, he's like a pig in shit at the moment. I bet you are. But enjoy the rest of the season, mate. However it turns out, in all seriousness, jokes aside, enjoy the rest of the season and all the best, mate.
Sounds good.
Sharky saying disaster. I'm guessing
That's
that was
for the game.
for
For
the keep. And Herrick fucked up. Douglas is saying it was a poor error, but oh, he saved it. Oh fuck. So now Herrick's got to save this one, has he?
Yep.
Shark is saying we've sat back the entire second half, and that the game's going to penalties. Obviously, I'm a little bit behind. I haven't watched the game. I've got it on, but I haven't watched it that much. Chelsea have a fine to pay. What's that about, Tony? You know what that is?
It's something like 10. I think the Premier League's done them for. I can't remember what it was. Their comments or something. Let me just see. Oh, Kate, you sold yourself too early there.
Oh well, listen. Big up to the lads for getting to the final. They came so close, didn't they? And now you really have to really feel for the young keeper now, because I'm sure he's going to be beating himself up about that big error. So we were talking about confidence and getting shattered and that. I'm sure that his confidence has taken a blow there, but he's young and he can recover. Yeah, they're all putting their arm around him now and giving him a bit of a hug.
Yeah, poor Sid. I just realised, because I've just quickly looked it up, and I remember hearing it on the radio early on. It's all to do with the Abramovich era.
Okay.
It's a case of they've been handed the Premier League's biggest fine, a 1-year transfer ban, suspended for 2 years. The total fine is 10.75 million, which relates to secret payments made to agents worth 47.5 million between 2011 and 2018. And it breaches rules around registering youth players. So this is where there was kind of snapping up players left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is when Abramovich was in full reign at that point. I think they was talking about some player was supposed to have signed for, I think it was Man United. Never happened because they didn't want to pay. I think it was something like 23 million in agents' fees.
These agent fees, we in the chat there talking about how much they're paid, and they're paid crazy amounts of money. These agent fees are like out of control, aren't they?
Yeah.
Different subject altogether, I know.
Yeah. But it seemed to be a thing that Abramovich was just kind of doing that left, right, and the centre. So when you look at that, it's all coming out, because I think they ended up at Chelsea, but Man United weren't going to be held to ransom, and absolutely right for that. Why are you going to pay them kind of stupid fees to an agent that is literally kind of talking to someone to get a player into a club? That's absolutely mad.
Mandy says she knows 1-1, but she's still confident. Hope your bet comes off, Mandy. Chelsea only need 6 goals.
There's 7-2, isn't it? Yeah.
And usual says they're playing against 10, so they've got every chance. Did someone get sent off in their game as well then?
Must have done.
Aces has popped in the chat, says good
Evening,
evening.
Aces.
Evening, Aces. Thanks for joining us, buddy. And Mandy's saying they've had so many chances, could easily be 4-2 at half time. Is that Chelsea? I'm guessing, because I'm not watching it.
I'm assuming is that one.
And Aces is saying Chelsea supporters already ahead out of Stamford Bridge. I'm taking that as heading, are they? They're doing a Tottenham and abandoning the stadium. We can't talk about that.
I was going to say, remember that game, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
that. He says Sporting Lisbon to win 5-0 was 500 to 1. And not what Yeti wants to hear. But Asa says he's praying that Forest get relegation. Good riddance to getting rid of Yeti. I think it would be interesting if it comes on for Marinakis because he's an absolute fucking lunatic, isn't he? So I feel like it'd be sort of like he'd be getting his just desserts in a way, really.
Yeah, for some of the things he's done. Yeah, weird. Oh Jesus, Brendan. Yeah, no.
If Spuds go down, I really do not want to hear we are looking at Richarlison. He's always got a resting bitch face, that bloke, hasn't he?
Yeah,
And his injury record is probably puts him on our radar because they're the sort of players we like to sign. Um, I don't think we could afford him. To be fair, if we're if we're in such a poor financial state as reported, I don't think we're going to find a fee for a Richarlison, are we? Tux is saying Aces is naughty for his good riddance to Yeti comment. We don't need a water boy, yeah, Sharky saying. And Chris is saying, look, he's most of these Millwall fans, I think, they're closet hammers, isn't they? Look, he said, you better beat Palace. Yeah, well, we need more than one win, Chris, but hopefully that's one of them. Unusual saying they paid 47 million in payments to unlicensed agents, so that's obviously regarding to the fine that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Toxic saying Golan Beckett is a star. Is he 18 yet? Ran up to the penalty misser as soon as it happened. Yeah. I don't know how old he is. He's supposed to be a real prospect, isn't he? And obviously, behaving like that with a bit of maturity at his age just shows a bit of leadership and maturity, doesn't it? Sharky saying, well done to them for getting to the final. They can use this as a learning curve. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good
absolutely.
Shout.
And Tog saying, proper captain. Yeah, absolutely. Real maturity for a youngster. And Togs wants to know how can I become an unlicensed agent? I think you just need to stand out and watch tractors, trailers full of sheep, and have some negotiating skills, and you're probably halfway there, Togs. But don't stand out in the rain. Take an umbrella. And Chris saying he's still waiting for Man City to get hit. Yeah, they keep talking about these 115 charges, and it's a slow process. But you can see what's going to happen, can't you? They're going to fight every one of them individually and just drag it on forever and ever and ever.
Well, I remember when it first came out, they said they could drag it on until 2030 if they wanted to. Probably and beyond now.
Shark is saying he looks talented. I'm guessing that's regards to Golan Beckett.
Yeah. Holland's been hooked off on that, and he don't seem to be too impressed about it. He's sitting on the bench, just kind of shaking his head in disbelief for bollocks.
He's just a shit Andy Carroll, isn't he? Sharky saying Man City will get away with it. They'll buy their way out. I don't know if they'll be able to buy their way out, but I think they'll try and frustrate the process through legal routes and just, as we were saying, drag it on and on and on with their appeals.
Let's talk about it might only be like 60 offences they're going to get done for. I don't know, it's points, whatever. But I don't think they could, by all accounts, I don't think they actually afford to let City go down, which is a bit weird in itself because not being funny, we've seen the likes of Luton and that kick down the leagues years ago.
I think Luton are they're a different sort of case, Luton, because I mean, don't forget, Luton got hit with minus 30 points all them years ago. It took them out of the Football League. And fair play to Luton Town for getting themselves back into the Football League and fighting their way all the way up to the Premier League.
Yeah.
But it was always a mountain to climb for them. They're building a new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the fan base that of a West Ham or a Leeds United or a Sunderland or anything like that. They don't have the financial clout, so I think it was always going to be difficult for them. Um, Harry's popped in. He says, "Good evening, all you
Evening,
beautiful
Harry.
people. Come on, you fucking irons." Evening, Harry. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the under 21 game, mate. Despite the result. And he
Most
says,
welcome.
Lounger, with Tony, we're honoured tonight. I'm absolutely honoured. Got a bit of company in, and I do much appreciate that, and saves me struggling along on my own. And I'm sure it's a lot more entertaining for you guys in the chat as well. The guys lost on penalties. Yeah, I kind of watched the penalty shoot at Harry. Dread, we were talking about, if you're scrolling through the chat, we're talking about a terrible area from Herrick. Got a feel for the lad. But as we said, probably character building for him. And Frog's popped in as well. Evening, Frogs. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Hope you enjoyed the under 21s as well. I'm sure you've been
Evening,
taking
Frog.
that in, mate. Toxic say, we've been multitasking, Harry, watching the under 21s and enjoying the lounge with Tom. I've been
Thank you,
trying to
sir.
multitask and watch a bit of the under 21s. I do find it difficult to chat and do the comments and try and watch a game. I have them on in the background, but it's hard to keep up with them, I must say.
Well, there's a guy called where he calls himself, is it Strasbourg Steve? And I think he's room where he is. He supports Newcastle. He's American. He's got all the shirts in the background there, and in front of him, apparently, he's got at least 10 or 12 screens.
Oh, I
And
couldn't
he's
do
got
that.
various games on all the time. Yeah, absolutely mad to do that. And it said, like, just to do that, I don't know, Jeff. I don't think I could manage that.
No. Frog saying he's gutted for the under 21s. Yeah, me too. And so close. So close to getting over the line. And everyone's kind of on that page with Frog saying that they're saying good evening to Frog, and obviously they regret that we couldn't just hold on. Frog's very populated coming to the chat there. Frog saying, I hope the Leeds games doesn't go to penalties. Blood pressure through the fucking roof. Yeah, I bought my tickets for the Leeds game today. Fucking hell, that's a mission. That app is absolutely shit, that West Ham app. So my priority started at 4 o'clock this afternoon until 4 o'clock tomorrow. So it's a pretty small window because the Leeds fans are obviously will be in my seat for that game. So I'm back. I'm in the Bobby Moore for the Leeds game.
Nice.
20 quid for the ticket, not too bad.
That's not bad.
Not too bad, no. So I don't know if they'll make general sale. I expect they probably will because it's such a big stadium, in it. Even if all the season ticket holders take up their priority and then buy extra tickets for whoever, I'm sure there'll still be.
That's what they look for, anyway. West Ham, knowing them.
Usual saying, Rice has just scored. So I take it that's 2-0, is it, the Arsenal game? Harry's saying we'll be safe before Leeds, Frog. But I think he was talking about the FA Cup game, Harry. And he just says Sos meant in the cup. I hope there's not extra time. Mind you, it's 4:30 on a Sunday, I think. So at least it won't be getting home at stupid o'clock at night if it goes to extra time and penalties. This is a good point from Sharky. It pisses me off, this. Have you seen the cup final is 1 week before the season ends? I was aware of that. And I find that so annoying. And I think it's part of the reason why the FA Cup has become diminished, isn't it? It used to be season finished, It was the grand finale, the FA Cup final. Everyone tuned in. I mean, in years gone by, we've had Premier League games on the same day as the cup final. I just think it undermines it. But I mean, having the cup final a week before the final round of fixtures, it's just irritating as fuck for me. So I would you
Money, Jeff,
take
innit?
it?
It's all about money. That's what it's all.
Yeah,
That's what it boils down to.
but, but why is it? Why does it make less money if it's the week after the end of the Premier League? I don't know what the difference is. Why they got to schedule it like that?
But that's the problem we've got. We've got the incompetency of these people that run the FA, and they do these things. And as you said, it just demeanors what it means. You know, when you think one of the oldest cups in history, and we demeanor it like that,
Yeah,
that's where it is wrong. But this, we know this. We got a board that really shouldn't be there. We should have proper people that run the thing. Just like, not being funny, just like the PGML with the referees, that needs to be
yeah.
ripped up and started all over again. But this is all. This is just a money making thing for them. That's all they see. I'm sure we're still, paying for in Wembley. This is the problem.
But I think the thing is, right? The FA they complain about the cup being demeaned, right? And playing weakened sides and not given the respect it deserves and all the rest of it, right? And then they do things like that by they undermine it themselves by doing things like that,
Mm.
don't they? They don't
And
give it the platform that it deserves to say this is a standalone final game of the season, cup winners, all of that. I mean, yeah,
it's funny that they can, when they want to, they can get it right by kind of making sure that the cup games are going to come along. So there's going to be no Premier League games, and you come up towards a final, and it's a case of, well, if we don't do it now, we come up all near towards June. June, people's going to be going away on holiday, so fuck it, let's do it now.
I just
Yeah,
think get the league finished, following week cup final, all the concentrations on that. I don't know. Maybe I'm
absolutely.
old fashioned. I mean, I remember the days you used to get up in the morning and from the time you were eating your breakfast, it was all about the cup final. We only had three channels, but the cup
Yeah.
final was on. It was on two of them, wall
Hmm.
to wall. A morning question of sport and of
Yeah.
this and a road to Wembley and go round by round and see
Go
the
to people's
teams at the
houses.
hotel
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah.
all of
All
that
these
stuff.
things. Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely, man.
uh,
Absolutely.
Showing my age, but mind you, people could see how old I am. So, but yeah, no,
Mm.
it used to be a real event, didn't it? It was all about the cup final.
And that's the thing for me. It's one of those, isn't it? You build up towards it, the crescendo, as they say. You said you go around to. I'm a West Ham fan. And this is why. And you see all the memorabilia in the house, and this is what the FA Cup means to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just the shine's been just taken out of it,
it has.
and
Yeah.
it's sad to see. Really, it really is sad to see.
Frog said it's not all bad news tonight because Chelsea are getting ripped a new one.
Uh,
And,
well,
and
go see Michael Chelsea if he's on Rumble doing the game, and that let's just go and give him a little hello kind of thing. I think he'll appreciate that.
I can't remember who said last week you're not allowed to laugh at other people's misfortune, but they're gonna if they're in the chat, they're gonna be furious this week because everyone's at it. Harry says he loves the double enders, and Harry says he's going to pull up a chaise. And Toxie, remember to buy your muffin, Harry.
Yeah, absolutely,
Same as a
absolutely,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Plenty of
here's the other
stadiums you
thing.
can go.
There's plenty. You took the words out of my mouth
Mm.
there. There's plenty of whoever the opposition is, up and down the country, there are plenty of suitable stadia, right, to host a semi-final.
Mm. I mean, look, you just said it, mate. You've alluded to how young you are, but really, in all respects, it seems that what this board have done, this group have done, is taking the word out of it, which is tradition. you play a semi-final at a different stadium leading up to going to play at Wembley.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
I
that
at
the so-called
the
Hell of Turf.
semi-final against Everton at Villa Park all those years ago. I was younger then, quite young, so I didn't get to go. And I think the replay was held at Coventry, strangely,
Mm.
and that was midweek, and I wasn't allowed to go to that because I had school. But I did go to the League Cup final replay at Villa Park. There's the thing. We had played the League Cup final at Wembley and then played the replay at Villa Park.
That says it all, doesn't it?
Dogs agrees with Frog. He said should go back to the old way and have games at
Yeah,
neutral grounds.
yeah.
And I don't think you get any argument from us, do you, Tony? We were just
No,
saying.
not at all. I mean, don't be funny, mate. I mean, when you think about it, when Wembley was being built, I think the old Millennium Stadium didn't do itself any disjustice. I mean, that wasn't a bad venue to go to.
No, no, we went there for both of the playoffs. Lost one, won one. I went to the Palace one, which was an awful game, by the way, uh, and the Preston one, which was a much better afternoon.
Mm-mm.
Harry's saying better than the Spud Stadium, though, Frog. I don't know. It's a neutral ground. We could go there and piss in the sink, couldn't we? Sharky says they'll
Sadly,
never go back to neutral venues now.
yes.
I think that's probably true, and I think absolutely what you've been saying is correct, Tony. It's about money and revenue streams, isn't it?
Well, you think about it, they're still paying for the cost of when they opened Wembley in the first place. When you're hearing the silly prices for hamburgers and hot dogs and and beers and what they was charging, and how shit it was.
Here's an interesting question from Togs. He says, does anyone consider the new Wembley to be as romantic as the old stadium?
No,
I mean, it's not like it's moved or anything, is it? But it's not the same, is it?
no, no.
The
I mean,
towers, it's the towers, all of that gone, isn't it?
and that's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, and that,
That soppy fucking arch.
yeah. I mean, you could have kept the towers as and have the arch to show like the old with the new.
Yeah,
The towers is what made Wembley iconic. You knew where you was going when you saw those. As you said, with the arch thing and that. Nah, and I think Brendan's right. I don't think it is. I mean, the old stadium, there was just something about it.
Harry's making me feel young here, so he's reminisce a little bit. He says, played football before the final, watched the final, then go out and play football again. And it's kind of true, isn't it? You went and kicked the
Yeah,
ball around, imagining being in the cup final. You watched the cup final, and then you went and kicked the ball around, reimagining the final.
yeah, it's very true.
Frog saying to Togs, still smarting. They didn't move the towers
Yeah.
over to the new stadium, and just what we were saying, really.
Mm.
Yeah, total agreement with that. And Tog saying that would have helped Frog. The arch is dull, and again echoing really what we've been saying as well. Harry says he's only been to the old Wembley. I have been to the
Same.
new Wembley. It is a good stadium, but I don't know. I think you're right, Tony. I think it needed a revamp, and so we can all be resistant to change. But when we lost, they could have. Again, echoing what we've said already, but if we'd
Mm.
have kept the arch, the towers, and blended it in a little bit, or even just even given a nod to the towers if they couldn't keep them, and I think it would have just held on to a bit of the history of the old stadium a bit
Well, yeah,
better.
I mean, you've got what's it? They call it Wembley Way, isn't it? The walk up to the actual stadium itself. Why not have the towers at the beginning?
Yeah,
So there's the old going to the new. But
yeah, yeah. Frog saying, same here. Come to think of it, old man used to race dogs over the old
mm,
Wembley track. That's another thing that's gone, isn't it? The not too many dog tracks around now like there used to be.
no.
Like a bit of dog racing. Sure, I'm going to get a few dodgy comments in the chat now after that comment. Sharky says the old Wembley was iconic. Went there to see England play. The new one is good, but the old Wembley was better. I kind of agree. I mean, I do think the old Wembley needed a revamp, like many stadia do. Um, and it is good. It is good at Wembley. It's a nice stadium, but yeah, I think they've lost. Mr. Trick, I think your idea's the best, Tony. Should
Mm,
have incorporated the towers, but I think lots of people feel that way.
yeah, yeah.
Harry saying used to get loads of corporate bollocks at Wembley in the 90s. Great times.
Yes, yes.
And Sharky saying it took years to rebuild the new stadium, didn't it? I mean, it takes years to get anything bloody done in this country, doesn't it? Really? I mean, they spend nearly as long arguing about what they are or aren't going to do before they start doing anything most of the time.
Well, you've just got to look at the London Stadium for that, mate. What they was going to do with it once they finished the Olympics. That was
I
bad. It
do
was long
like this
enough.
sentiment from Togs. He says 2-1, beat the Villa because we have to.
Yeah.
I'll take that now. See, when we were talking about, would you have took 1-1 before the game on Saturday? If you offered me 2-1 now, I wouldn't turn my telly on Saturday. I'd just go, yeah, bank the points. Thank you very much. And Shark is saying Walthamstow dog track is gone now. It's been gone a little
Yeah.
while, hasn't it, Walthamstow?
Yeah. I think housing people bought that, and even the land across the road off it was the car park area. They took that as well.
And wouldn't this be nice? Pablo to score, needs a goal. I agree totally. I'm dying for that lad to score. I think he works so hard, offers so much to the team, and the only thing lacking for him is getting a few goals. So,
Mm.
and I'm just hoping that a, a bit in the mould of Somerville, that when he gets that goal, it'll kind of like
Momentum, yeah, get it going.
momentum, and and we'll he'll start to get a few. And Harry saying yes, Togs. Frog saying hi, Sharky. Spent many a night freezing my conkers off at Walthamstow, watching the old man's dog come last. It was a lovely story till it came in last.
Sorry,
I'm
Frog,
sure they were. Do you know what? I'm sure they were great times.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
dog, especially as a lad, and your old man's um, dogs running. You must be having great memories triggered there, mate. Ellen Q bought it a few years ago, talking about Walthamstow, I'm guessing. And
Mm.
Frog saying Haringey dog track is a Sainsbury's now. And yeah, that's the way of it, isn't it? Things are just, I don't know. Pubs are shutting, dog tracks are closing.
I'm
It's,
trying to,
yeah.
because there's a dog track at Harlow. I don't know if that's still there.
Harlow, yeah, it is. I was at Harlow the weekend. The boat's not far from Harlow, 5 minutes up the road. And
Oh, you're on the old river, the Lee River, are you? Right?
yeah, on the
Mm.
store. Yeah. So I'm at, well, if you know the area, I'm at Roydon's, literally
Yes,
up the road there.
yeah.
So yeah, Harlow dog tracks are still there, and the football ground's almost next door to the dog track at Harlow as well. So Harlow Town and
Yeah.
the dog track are like
Well,
you could throw
funny
a
enough,
stone between them.
true. Well, as Fox saying there, what was Harlow Town's ground, which was the athletic stadium, That is now the house is on that now, and they then where you saying where Harlow Town is now.
Right.
That was wasted land.
I think it's. I've just got. Someone said that Romford's still.
Yeah, Sharky's saying that. Yeah,
Yeah. So
I
he never
usually.
went, but Romford is still around. Clapton, never been there. Is that on the common? Is that where all the dogs gather? The frog said the hair went the other way round at Romford. My local dog track, much smaller and not as grand as a lot of these, was Henlow. Small little dog track, but a great night out. It's a great night out at the dogs.
Well, funny, it's like you're saying. I mean, I think was it the Chelmsford race course? I think that's gone to administration again, but the owners have got there.
And usual saying, Rye House was a flapping track. Rye House is just down the road from the boat as well. And Frog said, yeah, he remembers Clapton. He'd walk up from Stamford Hill. And Togs is asking a very important question here. He says, so usual, are there places to stay in Chislehurst? We are invading in May. So that's a really important question. I'm down to the bottom of the chat, but I can't end the show until we get a response from usual, can I? Because people are going to need to know where the local Premier Inn or whatever it is is to there. And is there a plan? Are you going for food? Or are you just going for drinks? Or what's the idea,
I think
Jamie?
I'll try to do all sorts. So once I know the numbers and that, because obviously I will be, I want people, as we're getting near to that kind of thing, I'll be putting it out more and more now, knowing people's sizes, because I want to get some, some t-shirts printed up with some good old comments on the shirts for most of the people. So I'm looking for. I've got a good one for Harry anyway. So one that he always reminds me of.
So, what, an Indian or something like that, or have you got to get a consensus of who's going? Because there's always going to be. I don't like Mexican, and I don't like Indian. I don't want to go for Chinese or whatever.
And that's the key thing of that. I mean, look, usual saying, you'll meet in London if it's better for everyone. Look, I mean, the main thing is we've got time now to kind of start planning it up towards May now. So we'll put something in the community chat and get some feedback, and we can start going from there.
I reckon he just don't want everyone round his manor. All the neighbours would be talking like, "Who's this mob?"
Get him turn up. He's a local boozer and that, and yeah.
Frog saying it's all the same to him.
Yeah.
And Toxie saying, usual scared we'll head back to his. He don't want to let Harry in. He'd steal his slippers.
Dear
me. All right, well, Tony, keep me posted on what the plans are and the dates and one thing and another. And if I can possibly make it, I'd love to come along and have a drink with a lot of the guys, and I'm sure we'll have a right old crack.
Oh, definitely, mate. Definitely.
What have you got coming up? I know you're working a lot. Have you got any shows coming up this week or over the weekend?
So, how is it now? Hopefully, might be able to do a watch along if time allows me to do that kind of thing. If I'm free on the Sunday, I'll do another Sunday night takeaway as well. And of course, me and Budgie are hoping at some point to go, bring back the West Ham review for the Thursday night as well. Once I know I'm free and available, and that, so that should be good. Unfortunately, this Thursday, I've got a funeral to go to, and that, so it depends on the timing I've got to come back.
I'm sorry to hear that, mate.
Yeah, it was kind of expected but unexpected at the same time. It ran in the family. He lasted the longest, funny enough. So yeah.
Here's an idea. I don't know how convenient it would be for everybody. Harry says we should meet near the ground, last home game of the season. Find a pub that does grub. Have a quality day watching us stay up.
That sounds good.
Um,
That's a suggestion. One of the suggestions. Yeah.
I could probably get some tickets, but I can't. I don't, depending on, I'm not going to be able to get 12 or one thing or another. Usually saying sorry for your loss, John.
Thanks, usual. Thanks,
And
yeah.
Frog says
Yeah.
that's an idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if people want to attend the game, like I said, I could probably. I've got my season tickets. I can probably get a couple of extras. I'm sure if we ask Happy or one or two others, maybe we can lay hands on tickets here or there, even if we can't get everyone all together. But it might not be convenient for everyone as well, so we've got to keep that in mind. A few people are just saying sorry for your loss.
Yes. Thanks, Sharky. Thanks, Rob.
Tony.
Appreciate
Usual says that's a good idea. And Harry's not saying go to the game. Those who goes. Those who stay in the pub. And I mean that's fair enough as well, isn't it? Wouldn't want anyone if everyone wanted to go get left behind though. That would be a bit shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But listen, it's an idea, and it's in your hands. I don't want to. I'm not trying to
No, more than
anyway.
mate.
I'll go with the flow.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely agree.
If you've got nothing to add, we've been on for an hour and 45 minutes, just over, Tony. It's flown by, I have to say. Thoroughly enjoyed tonight's show. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us, and you guys that have popped in after the under 21s game. Thanks for that, and thanks for the support. I'll try and do a walk and talk at the end of the week leading into the Villa game. So do keep an eye out for that. And I'll put these last couple of comments up. Tog says, great show for us and the chatters. And a nice idea from Harry. And good night all. Chuck is saying take care. And Harry's saying night all, much love. So, yeah, I'll leave that in your capable hands, Tony. I'm going to shut the show down, say thanks to all of you, and hopefully I'll see you at the end of the week if you tune in, and we'll be back next Tuesday for another talk show. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon. Come on, you Irons.